Scholars remind us to learn from our past or be condemned to repeat it. What have we learned of science, mathematics, religion, philosophy, and greed? Who gave us opposable thumbs to crush the future? Who gave us tools to create? Oh my God, what have we given rise to? We call ourselves compassionate, humane, and intelligent as nations lay bleeding between fingers too tiny to hold. Why do so many hands squeeze out innocence in the name of what deity? Why do we seek sanctuary in time of suffering, seek safe passage, refuge, and haven, but harbor leaders who turn eyes blind or away? Does Mother Earth feel her garden grow barren as a marrow is sucked out, while crimes against humanity regenerates like infectious cancer? We cry out animal at those who do us injustice. We snivel round mouthfuls of burned fat and guzzled spirits as we dread the cries of the silence that speaks to us. Alms for the poor, alms for the poor. And just where are we on the evolutionary scale? We wonder at ancient ruins and marvel at what was. I ask you, what do such acts foretell? Will there be anything to wonder about us? I wonder today among the ruins. So this is my little take on the pandemic. There is a little profanity in here.
Oh, really?
I try not to use profanity, but sometimes you just can't find another word for what you want to say.
Yeah.
So it's called There I Feel Better. My life is a shit show. I'm trying to keep my head above water. It's lukewarm like my personality. Anyway, that's what they tell me. I can't stand to be with myself and wonder who's going to save me. And the chorus repeats this rhapsody tragedy written in invisible notes. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because the past is the past, but today's no present. I want to escape. I need the separation. Now, I have these thoughts. I try to hold them down. It's like suppressing a volcano, distorting the membrane of cell sense that encases me, protects me from the outside. I'm a mind wedged within myself, my subconscious trying to push me out. I'm on the porch, listening to the obscure sounds of life. I notice the sun and moon sharing the sky and wonder, are they dating? Back inside, there's 3 days of mail on the back of the toilet. I figure I'm either going to get pissed off or be up Schitt's Creek. I shuffle the envelopes, pick 2, blackjack. The dim lights of my mind are meshing with the glare of the TV. I'm getting aggravated, and the commercials are 2.5 times louder. Desperate, I point my remote control laser. I need to kill these sound waves. And then it hits me. Although physically here, I don't know my goddamn name. And I just stop there, drinking in the tiger's blood. I felt my heart beating me up for the sins of my tongue, wrapped in barbed wire regret. And then, this calm voice. It came so simply. I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Charlie Sheen. What an idiot. There. I feel better. So this next set of poems is about the medical crisis my wife had and our family had. And this first poem is called Nightingales in Silence. So if anyone has had a loved one or a friend in a hospital, this poem conveys the first few days. The nightingale refers to the nurses, also the bird. Little known fact, the single male bird is the only one who sings, searching for a mate. Sirens, dangerous creatures who lured nearby sailors with their enchanting music, singing to their death. Also, the wail of an ambulance. Nightingales and sirens. Sun rises silent, sets in your irises. Time passes in between state of being and limbo. These gray, claustrophobic corridors, the nightingale presses fingers to lips. Hush, hush. Skeleton of feelings and disconnected metaphors, tone of voice in this altered awareness. You slide in front, move in and out, don't look behind. Dreams intermingle with reality that once were memories. Silence, wail, heartbreak. The lyre tugs at the feathers of the nightingale. The alarm call is a croaking. Chase, apathetic light, catch reflections of teardrop pools, entangled emotion scatter, blacktop quicksand descends. Wind hits face. As eyes close, breath takes you away. Breath gives new, breath renews. You soar stealthily over consciousness. Cling to tree limbs. Walk the thread-tight rope. High, wide absurdity, crack under strain, grasping at leaves, changing summer to fall. Fall, lose sight. Tears mingle with nothing in empty caverns, but release that you chase. You slide in front. The nightingale sings, searching. The sirens pray to grow wings. Now, when you're going through a medical crisis like we did, your faith is challenged. And this is the poem that I wrote about my faith being challenged. Tell me, John. I stood by the waters where John rested, waiting to hear the words of wisdom. My soul empties. I cannot see into the future. Last chance for a miracle. Step right up, be submerged, and let our sins be washed away. Souvenirs guide the way. The closer we get, the more the cost. What price do we pay for our salvation? Tell me, John, who is saved when all our sins are washed away? Standing at the mountaintop, my hands raised above the horizon, my mind in repentance. The sun and moon share the sky, reflections collide, rivers converge into the bedrock, scars reopen. The heart is left beaten. The red dawn of the morning bleeds into tears that replenishes the dry ground of sorrow. Come, ride the beast of burden who carries the weight we would never accept. Tell me, John, who is saved when the beast stumbles. Bring him here to the water's edge. Let him rest upon our shoulders. Let him drink from the tears that fall from the shadows of our hearts. Then lay with him by the waters. Let the droplets of forgiveness baptize. Listen to voices resilient, rippling infinite, rippling infinite. Last chance for a miracle. Step right up to be submerged. Tell me, John, who is saved when all our sins do not wash away. So sometimes inspiration finds you. My buddy. 8 for you. It was discarded, to the back of the store, cast away, half price, tucked between keepsakes. I noticed the resemblance to me right away. A stuffed ape holding a heart imprinted with the words, "Ape for you." As I reached to take him, a smile grew within me, something then as foreign to me as tomorrow. You see, every day dissipates into every day. I made my way through the aisle, my heart beating, and for the first time, not beating me up. The cashier remarked with a chuckle, on the border of sarcastic, "Isn't it a little late?" I looked at her sternly, sizing her up. This plump, 20-something girl, mousy brown hair, acne dotting her face, brown shirt covered by the store smock. On her right hand, below each knuckle of each finger, tattooed or self-inflicted love. On her thumb, the letter U. Her voice broke, "That'll be," and I shot back her question. "Isn't it a little late for what?" "Yeah," she said, "it's way past Valentine's Day." And she paused. I jumped, my breath poured out, giving her a summary of these last months, how a simple knee operation that was supposed to enhance a life, 3 days rest in hospital, turned into this nightmare that happens to other people. The woman I loved, although physically here, didn't know my name, and I just stopped there. I felt my heart beating me up once again and again. And then this tranquil voice came unassumingly, "It's never too late." Walking back into every day, the words lingered. It's never too late to be ape for you. So this next set of poems, 3 of them, are after my wife passed. I started writing poems about grief and the stages of grief. I think this is where I came in to be a poet, of my own. My words got stronger. I went deeper into myself, and I felt really good that I could get these emotions out, because if I didn't have poetry, I don't know what would have happened to me. But anyway, this is called Snapshot. I am weather worn. Storm clouds past, passing through the eye of the needle, carry the weight of unused burdens put upon myself. The mist has not dissipated from my eyes. The paved road buckles beneath my feet. These shoulders that were once straight and firm now slouch. Curve of my spine weighs down the corners of my lips. The gravity of it all. This is not how I want you to see me, and I fight to move past the pain. The remains of the day gives way to the dusk, and I find myself in snapshot memories finding you. The movie Phenomenon, George Malley to Lacey Penniman, as he faces mortality. When you love me for the rest of my life, she reacts at still moment, breathes life. No, I'm going to love you for the rest of mine. Shimmering reflections off the distant shore, breeze slides through me. These sand memories fill the cracks in my heart, leaving traces imprinted with our duality of what should be and what is. The warm, unwavering light, the sky serene, the gulls glide, greeting the silhouette of life. I kiss you, lips to light, and take a snapshot. So again, inspiration finds you. And if you're aware of it, beautiful things can happen. So one night I was in the kitchen, just going through the motions, had dinner, and I was having dinner at crazy hours. I mean, I'd have them at 6, and then one night it'd be 10 o'clock, and it was just insane. So I was doing the dishes. I had back then my iPod. I had that on and had it on shuffle. And this came on. Let me get it ready. And then I'll go right into the poem. James Brown preaches, "This is a man's world." I'm hunched over the stainless steel sink, scraping up the last dried up reminders of nothingness to a dull finish. The table set for 2, one chair now always half empty. The candles float the dim light, my steps that carve a path between the stove, refrigerator, and where? The door that stands open that nobody enters or exits in this misshapen space. James Brown cries how it would be nothing without a woman or a girl, and I breathe the empty air of the room now with shades half drawn and hold on to shards of you. Souvenirs that slice time into pieces, fragmenting into echoes of tick-tock, leaving anchored memories. James Brown shouts, "Man made the electric light to take us out of the dark, yet all my thoughts that used to be crisp, taut, and edged, now drag formlessly on into days without seasons, propelled by metronome heartbeats that have no yesterdays, no tomorrow, and no today." James Brown's voice pours out, "Man made the train to carry the heavy load, and my knees buckle under the strain, fists fly out of control, trying to relieve this burden of pain, and screams of silence now shatter the emptiness. My heart pounds and pounds, release me. In this moment, I just wanted to stop." James Brown wails, "Man made the boat for the water, like Noah made the ark. And yet, I'm drowning in my sorrow. I can hardly breathe. I feel you in my grasp, my fingertips that once held you close, now falter. I am caught in the whirlpool, descending into chaos. Your light fades." James Brown's voice spills out, he's lost in the wilderness, and the staccato pounding of the horns lays a path along my breathtaking cliff. As the choir rests on the last beat, the bass thumps the scene one last time. And James Brown asks, "Is it all right if I scream?" So this is a recent poem, and it's been in me for years. My wife passed away, then I lost a pet, then my father passed away, and my dad passed away, and lost another pet. So this poem has been building in me for a long time. So one of the things I do are these bereavement workshops, and The poem I'm about to read, the subject matter has never come up. And I realized that, as I was writing, I go, see, I never talked about this, or nobody's ever really, asked me about it or anything like that. So, again, inspiration, turn into a beautiful thing. The poem is simply called, "What Do You Want to Do?" The doctor faces me, the nurse by his side, to ease the query made so many times, listening to the fog. I hear the blah, 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 shh, in the antiseptic room where I inhale, exhale the rush of my thoughts, feel the fear of losing control of feedback, and make vocal sounds, not words. I understand. What do you want to do? We've given you the options. Here I am with a high school education and some college, well, a little, just enough to say something. Holding the decision, life or death. Not life and death, but life or death. Thumb up, thumb down. March is the first month of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. The Ides of March beware our past, though it gives way to the Lamb of Spring. What do you want to do? We've given you all the options. May is the month of a spring, Northern Hemisphere, and autumn in the Southern. I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. They'll be comfortable. We can do that. Take as long as you like. July is the warmest month in most of the Northern Hemisphere, and the coldest month in the Southern Hemisphere, and named for the Roman general Julius Caesar. Et tu, Brutus? Would you like to speak to a chaplain? Man of the cloth, absorbing the news, folding in the pit of my stomach. We have one on call. What do you want to do? We've given you your options. Functioning, alter consciousness. I am waiting, delaying the action, the sound of my sound, the word of my decision. The inevitable morning of mortality. My name is Philip, husband of Linda, March 4th, son of Alexandra, May 11th, son of James, July 24th. As my hand writes this message, I hear the flatline sound of empty. The isolation claws at me in every vein and artery. November is the 11th month, brings on the reckoning in the 11th hour. Skeletons of trees bear witness. Hibernation, we hunker down in the dark. Blink and breathe. Blink and breathe. My name is Philip, friend to our loyal beagle of 17 years, Lila, November 26th. December is the 12th month and the final month of the year. Slowly, we move on to the landscape of winter. I see her perched on the windowsill where the sun shines obliquely as the vet assures me it's her time. My name is Philip, Bella, feline protector of the house. December 19th. I listen for the last breath. What do I do with the past? So these next two poems are on my social commentary. The first poem is called Keeper of the Quiet. So one day I was half listening to TV and I heard some horrible thing happen on the news, as usual. And it was either they kept quiet or he kept her quiet or something to do with keeping quiet. And so this poem was written listening to that. Keeper of the quiet. The child rocked back and forth. Silence, only solace. A different life lives within, where a child remains a child. Keeper of the quiet, what secrets do you hold? Do you reach out your hand or keep it clenched? Colors that eyes focus on, black and blue, do you wish? Are you allowed? A proud man walks down the street. The color of his skin is not allowed. Doesn't matter that blood runs red. Sticks break kindred bones. Stones bruise tender flesh. Voices cut. Humanity leads. Keeper, what secrets? Choosing colors, the joy it brings. Why does the skin bring such hate? You question, but no answers avail. You reason, but are still not allowed. You move on, always looking back, for fear is the color that we face. A child lays in bed, darkness cannot hide. Blankets slowly pulled away, silence as tears slide down. Light cracks beyond, no escape. Where do you go when the invasion begins? Do you reach for tomorrows? Has that been violated? Do you pull on your heart to survive, hoping that too has not been stolen? A woman runs nowhere, trying to escape life's nightmare. Vows broken, no time of day is safe. Invisible chains shackle minds, choices removed, hopelessness invoked. What secrets in the quiet? Guilt impales your wisdom. Hope replaces insanity. Laughter disguises your pain. Silence takes your hand on a journey of deceit. Somewhere, bombs are falling. Hatred smiles. A man beaten for his beliefs. People eating discarded waste. Baby sucks a mother's dry breast. A child sells his body, no longer his own. A name lost from memories. Mother Earth falls to knees, gathers silent tears. My children, my children. What secrets do you keep? How do you keep your secrets in the quiet? Again, does the poem hold? And this next poem, climate control, or our climate pandemic as we're going through. So I wrote this poem called Tears of Mother Earth, and I read it to a friend of mine. He's like, God, that sounds like a lecture. I'm going to go over to that. So I came up with nursery rhymes that kind of go after each stanza. Tears of Mother Earth. Life sparkles through translucent fibers reflected in the veins of Mother Earth. Roots wind their way, pushing, prodding, venting frustration. Save us in the fertile dust, drinking in the veins, existing in the fetal palms, comforted in the pulse, encompassed in the womb of Mother Earth. Wish I may, wish I might, star light, star bright, dimming, clap, faster, faster, Sun-drenched reflection lifts off the land. Heat pours through openings littered with droplets of discarded waste, oozing pathetic reminders of the beautiful life. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is fairest? Biting red polished apple. Life dwindles in timeless essence, shrouded in the ghost of Mother Earth. Discard the fruit. Ignore the sacrifice. Rip the flesh. Little red, the wolf. How does it feel when sharp teeth bite? Scars reopen, scorched, blistered images, abused, taunted, whipped without mercy, arteries sliced with the dullness of uncaring minds, poisoning the lifeblood that drops like acid, oozing pathetic reminders of the beautiful life. The emperor has no clothes. The emperor has no skin. The emperor has no bones. Sinew betrayed by such salt, ancient warriors weep in battle, dropped to their knees, mighty children cut from their roots, roads paved, desiccated with the dead. Jack has all the treasures, nothing to plant. The giant is dead. The strong conquer the valiant. Forgive us in our absolute power, wasted in absolute ignorance, deluded by our own consequences. The still small voice laments. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. The beautiful bird sits no longer singing in the nest. The garden barren, marrow sucked out, few bones left to be broken, outstretched arms of Mother Earth. There's blood within the shoe too small, stained red, the clock strikes. The threshold. How much more can you take? Disrobe, dissect, disintegrate. What limit? Where are the breadcrumbs? Where are the breadcrumbs? I want to go home. Mother Earth, your tears. Mother Earth, no more. So, last two poems. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being such a great audience. Thanks to Sharon, to the Randolph Library. This is my poetry. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll do the last two poems.
Thank you.
This is called Critical Recognition. This poem was inspired by my cat. I was sitting on the couch, and this is after my wife passed away. And I was in that fog, and my cat was in front of the TV, just doing what cats do, sleep. And then she woke up, and she got up, and she did that long stretch they do, they might be, that big, and all of a sudden they're like that, when they stretch and they do the claw thing, and, bones are kind of, going all over the place. So, again, inspiration. Whether it be poetry or art or music, if it finds you, do something with it. Don't let go. Critical recognition. I am the cat stretching, the bear emerging from hibernation, the snake shedding its skin slowly, deliberately. I am the changing seasons, the sleepy winter ushering the warm tears of spring, the summer solstice elongating, sun radiant in its still illumination of earth. The sun and moon share the sky, my phases of reflecting light. I am the salmon swimming back to origin, the bird homing to womb of nest, migrating, circling back to familiarity, past the danger. The emperor penguin exhausted, perilous passage. generations connected before and after. The constant ripple of a single drop of water, earth, water, air, releases its memories. I call out to you, critical recognition. I am the baby stirring, the child awakening, the adolescent developing, the adult enlightened, the mature. That exists, has existed, and will exist. I am a very small drop in the liquid universe. I am the embryo of a new day. And the last poem is called Being. Do not leave me. I am the pebble and sand. You are the water that slides over me. We are together in the moment. We are the connected element of being. The earth receives me. And the water recalls. The air releases. You are with me in thought. You are with me in being. I am alone. But not today. I touch you. You are flesh. I kiss you. We are wet. I lose you. I lose me. Heartbeat slows, hushed serenity. I feel delicate mist in the simplistic movement of crying, immersed in keepsake shadows. My arms flow through the still air, catching memories. I cup my hands and drink you in. Thirst no longer. I am the droplet in ocean. You are the sky blue that watches over me. Reflections, light, and air. Dancing. I close my eyes, dreaming. We are together in this moment. We are the connected element of being. I am the tree rooted in life's spirit. You are the leaves of my branches, spring, summer, fall. I fall into winter's abyss. I am alone. Sweet sounds of birds fade. I lie distant. Tears of silence blanket my eyes. Emptiness, my companion. The earth receives. Water recalls. Air releases. You are with me. We are together. I am alone. But not today.